Hello, friends, and happy February. When I was thinking about what I'd like to speak about, I thought I'd share something with you that was recently shared with me. And I was having a conversation with a leader, and they were talking about how people use words like, gosh, we're in a season of challenge, we're in a season of change, and that those words can actually be viewed as negative instead of really the opportunity that they are. And what they share with me is they felt like we were in a season of exploration. Isn't that an empowering way to look at something? And I just loved it. So I thought I would share that with you because no matter what season we are in, seasons come and seasons go in real estate. I've been doing this for 20 years, and the market is always going through this. And when you think about what really drives our business, what influences it, the only thing that ever drives it is change in people's lives. And I wrote down some numbers to share with you. Did you know that over the next 2 years, over 7 million babies will be born, 2 million marriages, over a million divorces, and 50 million job changes? Think about this, graduations, empty nesters, all of those things. And every single one of those affect real estate. So then what do we have to do? Well, the number one thing that we should be doing right now as we start the new year is building a warm list. And that warm list is made up of people who are going through some sort of change, and they may want to do something over this next year. Now, what if you already knew how many transactions you would do in 2024 just based on your warm list? How cool would it be if you knew where 20, 30, or 75 transactions were coming from because you're building that warm list? And so having that level of detail is truly what drives your business. We're in the relationship business, and the more into relationships we are with our people, and when we know the changes that we're going through, what allows you to help them go from where they are to where it is that they'd really like to go. It's about being more than just a realtor. It's about being their lifestyle concierge. And so when we think about how do we have those conversations, how do we discover, that they may have those changes happening in the next 12 to 18 months? Well, it really is going back to something that is very fundamental. And a lot of you might have heard about using Ford, family, friends, occupation, recreation, dreams. And that Ford is simply, it's a conversation framework around the go-to questions that we can ask when we're talking with someone to uncover changes that might be happening in any of those things. And so when you look at that, and it is going back to the basics, all great sports coaches really drive home the fundamentals, which are the basics. And they do them over and over and over again until they can't get them wrong. And this is the perfect time for you to be having those conversations. And then, you know what? Sprinkle a little bit of gratitude in there, and you've just absolutely made an impact, like with the people that you're having conversations with. When someone doesn't describe you, if someone were to say, hey, like, who's Tammi? Instead of it being, oh, she's a realtor, if they answered it with, oh my gosh, Tammi is my realtor, that's where the game changes. So this week, here's my tip. Start creating your warm list. Build that warm list around changes that are going on in people's lives as you have those forward conversations. Dig into your CRM. If you're using Command or you're using something else, start tagging them, right? Segmenting them into that warm list. Keep the notes about the conversations that you're having. Set up the reminders so that you're keeping in touch. It's all about those relationships. Speaking of relationships, by the way, myself and the BT Homes Group, well, we would love to be your concierge for any referrals that you have in the Charlotte Lake Norman area. Friends, have a great February. I trust that I'm going to see many of you at Family Reunion. Please stop and be sure to say hi, give me a hug. I would truly, truly love that. Happy February.